In today's episode, I'm going to talk about wishes. Everyone wants to have the chance to have some of his or her potentially impossible desires come true. Some people try blowing out birthday candles or shooting stars, but I was told one means of demonstrating how to get these coveted wishes is with this lamp thing here. I don't know how to get them though, but there is a bit of dirt on the lamp, so I guess I'll just wipe it off with my bare hand since that's what my instinctual reaction tells me to do. Whoa, I did not expect so much smoke to be involved.
Thank you for freeing me. It was so cramped in there. I guess now I have to give you 3 wishes. Okay, so what do you want?
Wow, our budget's really that low? I mean, I get it now. This video is not about wishes, but more about wish-granting genies. Very clever lamp item. More importantly, why does your voice sound all distorted like that?
Well, you try sitting in the fetal position for 1,000 years. Your vocal cords will sound like that too.
Sorry, it's just that you sound like someone I know.
You sound like someone I know. 1,000 years ago.
Hold on, another question. Why do you look like a series of doodles I would draw on some Tuesday afternoon?
Why are you asking me pointless questions on a Tuesday afternoon instead of telling me what you want for your wishes? Huh? Did you ever think of that? I have important things to do. I haven't been able to do anything that I wanted to do for 1,000 years because you know what? I've been in somebody's garage for all that time, stuck in a lamp.
Can we do this later? I just learned I have to make a list about genies and I'm having some writer's block. I just wish I could think of 10 genies to move this process along.
That wish can be granted.
You know, I would have thought of all these genies eventually. Well, while you're at it, I wish I had a co-host for this video. That would be fun.
You know what? I could be your co-host. That was actually one of my jobs 1,000 years ago. I was the best co-host ever.
I somehow doubt that. Plus, you're not really who I had in mind since you've supposedly been trapped in a lamp for 1,000 years. I guess I should have said I wish for a human co-host or something.
Yep, oh, that's your wish. You get a human co-host, you get me, and then you get the top 10 list. All 3 wishes, we're done.
We're not done if you're supposedly one of my co-hosts.
Oh, I guess my day at the beach will be saved for later.
And where's that one other co-host I wished for?
Yeah, I'm in this one apparently.
So we have AT from SoftwareAgentsCorp co-commentating with me along with a supposed genie. Well, this video's, how about we set up the credentials? Pretty simple. The character just has to be defined as a genie or synonym of genie with specific magical powers related to being a genie commonly seen in fiction. Mostly wish-granting abilities will get you a better ranking, but since not all genies grant wishes in media, other powers like having fun transformations or fighting abilities can help. Maybe a lamp or bottle too. So here are our top 10 genies. Number 10. The Geico Genie. Yup, we're turning to a 30-second gag from a 2014 ad you may have never seen. Insurance company Geico always finds ways to get in one-off jokes and puns in its commercials. This genie embodies the standard genie joke of being careful how you word your wish, taking the wish for $1 million to mean the animals instead of the money. It's good for a laugh the first time you see it, and then you mute the TV when it comes on in the future. What makes this ad funny is how nonchalant the genie looks when granting the wish, and the reaction of the wisher when you realize the word dollars and bucks can mean 2 different things out of context, compared to how pleased the genie looks in the wish he just granted. Do genies really get to be that selective when a word has 2 different definitions when used in a wish?
I've made that mistake before. You don't get your wishes back when that happens.
Somehow, I believe you. Number 9. Laugen, the mystical genie of the lamp, from Yu-Gi-Oh! When in doubt, turn to Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Again. One card that always stood out to me was Laugen. I don't know what it was. I like that he's green and looks pretty happy. If we go by his incredibly extensive lore being the words at the bottom of his card, you can tell that he's a kind of generic genie that spits fire.
Does anybody else find it funny that despite being a genie that could grant you wishes, that Laugen is a normal monster without any kind of effect? Also, I never understood why Laugen was classified as a fiend. I always thought he should be a spellcaster. Oh well.
Well, the Lamp Monster card is a spellcaster, and his Japanese name is Ranpu no Masai Rajinso, if I pronounced that correctly, which translates to calling him the demonic spirit of the lamp rather than the mystical spirit, so that's likely why he's a fiend.
Besides being one of Kaiba's most trusted monsters in the early parts of the anime, Laugen was a staple of the real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Metagame. In 2002, so many competitive decks ran multiple copies of him and summoned Skull.
Now attack her directly!
Wow, what a jerk.
Laugen boasted an above-average 1800 attack, and could easily be obtained in a starter deck. It was so much easier to get your hands on a Laugen than cards that outclassed it, like Force Raider, Gemini Elf, or Mechanical Chaser. Those cards ran for ridiculous prices on the second market for a while, until 18 attack vanilla monsters became commonplace.
So what's Laugen up to now? I've fallen out of the game for a while.
Although Laugen is technically outdated, there's so many possibilities. You can use it as a generic beat stick. He's a fiend, so he's a target for Dark Necrofear.
Dark Necrofear!
You can special summon him with Ancient Lamp, and then tribute both for Blue Eyes. You can banish it in a light monster from your graveyard to special summon Chaos Emperor Dragon. You can use Shrink to make it a target for Crush Card Virus. You can use Silent Doom to make him tribute fodder for...
You're going overboard for number 9. He's not even...
You don't tell me I'm getting carried away. Though there are other genies in Yu-Gi-Oh!, we just had to give this slot to Laugen. He's easily the most iconic one. Not bad for a normal monster, huh?
Number 8. The Akinator. He is a genie who can read your mind. Just let him ask you 20 questions first and make sure you are thinking of just one person or character that is famous enough, and then he can read that one part of your mind. Isn't that amazing?
How does he know? What magic is this?
He's really just a computer program game. Nothing really mystical in the end.
Hold on. What's a computer?
I liked Akinator when it was strictly a 20 questions game. Well, it would eventually go up to 40, but you know what I mean. Once it went beyond 40, I don't know, it ruined the whole concept of a super algorithm that's already calculating ways to kill you. And me.
He now starts off asking you 25 questions and can ask near 100 when he keeps guessing incorrectly, so his psychic powers have been exposed a bit over the years. Number 7. Kazaam from Kazaam. Long story short, Kazaam, played by Shaquille O'Neal, is a rapping genie who was freed from a boombox by a kid in the 1996 movie. That setup alone sounds pretty awesome, but the movie itself is not too great. Shaq as Kazaam is great because he's really into his role, it's just everyone around him is not as awesome. Kazaam also raps his lines a lot and pursues his rap career in the movie, which is an end goal for him.
All I can say about Kazaam is that I love the Skittles scene as a kid.
Kazaam cannot grant every wish in this movie, but that's sorta good because this kid did wish for a Jaguar. As in a car, I don't think he has a license. Of course he could wish for one, but that would put a lot of people on the streets in danger. Number 6. The genie or drifter, Peter Boyle, from the song 3 Wishes by Roger Waters. This song is from one of Waters' concept albums, which was a requiem about the end of the human race through overconsumption, apathy, and entropy. So it's time for a deep breakdown of this song. AT, you're better suited for explaining this entry.
I am a huge fan of Pink Floyd and Pink Floyd related stuff. In Roger Waters' third solo album, Amused to Death, one of the songs, 3 Wishes, is about Roger getting 3 wishes from a genie. The first one is that they are happy in the Lebanon. The second one is that someone would help him write the song. And the third one is that his dad hadn't died in World War II. But after the genie grants his wishes, he thinks of one of his ex-wives. The genie tells him, "I'm sorry. That's the way it goes. Where the hell's the lamp, sucker? It's time for me to go. Bye." The 1992 promotional music video shows the quote-unquote genie as a vagrant played by Peter Boyle, of Young Frankenstein and Everybody Loves Raymond fame. This genie appears after Roger reaches back for the bottle, implying that the whole thing might very well be the musings of a drunken rock star. That's very sad, but also darkly humorous. Exactly the kind of stuff I'd expect from good old Raj.
Well, that was a change of pace. Usually I would just interpret the lyrics literally for a gag. Speaking of that, number 5, Christina Aguilera from her song Genie in a Bottle. My body was saying let's go with this choice, but my heart was saying no. However, the credentials really decided this one. If you look at them, you may ask, what magic can she perform? The song is just a 3.5-minute sexual innuendo about being a genie. Well, if you go with the chorus, you'll see that you have to make a big impression on her to get your wish that she can grant. So it may just be one wish, but she clearly can grant them if you trust her words. Most genies just give you the wishes without making you do anything extra after you find them, but I guess that makes her unique. And if you turn to the music video, you can confirm that there are clearly multiple Christinas, showing that she possibly has magical cloning abilities. There are 4 Christinas. Each one is doing something different during the song. The one on the beach seems to be the rebel of the group, not needing people around her and just kind of being like, no, I'm singing the song the way I want to. Since no ordinary human can be in multiple places at once, she must be a genie as the song suggests. Wow, this music video really gives me little to work with. Of course, if that flimsy comedic analysis doesn't do it for you, we can pretend this number never happened, and I chose something else, like, number 5. Who should I follow up this music-themed number 6 choice with?
Hey, MrTopTenList, is Christina Aguilera a genie?
That would be a preposterous selection.
But she sang a song about one too.
No, it's Raccoon and Rasheen, the fighting bodyguard Jinn from Magic Knight Rayearth, because they love to dance. Even though that's likely due to them being controlled like puppets by their masters from afar, the princesses Tarta and Tatra. That's why they move like flexible, skinny women despite their appearance. However, they're actually defined as spirits in the show, so maybe they might be more genie by appearance than definition. They're just as ambiguous as Christina. However, the character Fu says they look like genies, which doesn't really validate them at all, actually.
That's because Fu's the smart one, and I trust her judgment.
We're giving it to Christina. These guys can be the undercard number 5. Number 4. Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie. She's a 2,000-year-old genie named Jeannie. No, like the name of the title. Astronaut Tony Nelson found her on an island that he crash-landed on, and thus started a series of magic and misunderstandings. Jeannie seemingly has unlimited wishes to grant, which can be granted by her doing this head bop move. But since we're in a sitcom, what fun would it be if this magic did not lead to problems, like cloning, inviting in other genies, and much more I cannot pack into a segment since there are 5 seasons of shenanigans. Despite the powers gone wrong, her only weakness I can find, if you want to call it that, is locking her in her bottle. She'll voluntarily go into her bottle uncorked for relaxation purposes, since she can just shrink down to fit inside. However, if you put the cork on the opening of the bottle when she's inside of it, she will be unable to escape until the plot needs her, so that can be quite the setback. Other than that, nothing can really rival Jeannie except maybe Samantha from Bewitched. You know, primetime TV ratings. Number 3. Shantae from the Shantae series, or I guess 2 Shantaes, since she is the half-genie guardian of Scuttletown. As with half-genies in Sequinland, the world where Shantae lives, they are the protectors of the towns, since there are no more real genies in the world, and yes, each one of them had a human parent and a genie parent. Shantae, like all half-genies, has limited magical powers, but she makes up for it with spunk, personality, and powers that I think are cool. Plus, the plots in each game are fun. Her main antagonist is a group of pirates and their leader, Risky Boots. Makes sense, cats and dogs, mongooses and cobras, genies and pirates. They're all natural enemies. Shantae has a variety of powers, including animal transformations and hair whips. I love me some hair whipping. It's so versatile too. You can jump and whip, you can stand and whip.
Didn't you cover Shantae in your top 10, 20 characters with hair manipulation video?
Well, yeah, but I had another 3-page thesis ready on her hair powers. Plus, I already mentioned that she can transform into animals. Do other abilities really need acknowledgement?
But MrTopTenList, she can do so much more than that. She can belly dance.
Why, that is an interesting ability. I enjoy a good dance every so often.
The way she's winking's kinda sexy. She can rub my lamp any day.
What? How dare you soil the name of Shantae? A series that has been completely devoid of any double entendres in the history of forever. Hold on. I only wished for one human co-host in that wish I did not mean to use. How did another person get in this video? Is granting a faulty wish punishable by genie rules or something?
Everything is punishable by genie rules.
Would that mean you have to go back in the lamp?
No, please, nothing but the lamp. I want the lamp.
I don't think I can do that, nor do I know what's going on anymore. Shantae also has many power-ups, like the Pike Ball or drinking monster milk, so I guess you're never too magical for some calcium. Number 2. Shazzan of the Hanna-Barbera 1960s cartoon of the same name. He is a genie that can be summoned by 2 children for help in their journey to return home. All these kids have to do is press their rings together and call for Shazzan, which does not transform them into a lightning-themed superhero from the DC universe. It merely calls Shazzan for help, and boy does he help. His powers don't grant wishes for selfish gain, but rather are only used to defend these harmless kids. The backstory is that these children found a ring in a cave off the coast of Maine, the state in the United States, and it transported them to the land of Arabian Nights. Yup, who knew the state of Maine had this hidden gem? Visit Maine, it has beaches, a minor league baseball team for the Boston Red Sox, and a ring that can transport you far away and summon genies. The only way these kids can get back home is if they return this ring back to its original owner. Who is? No one knows. Since this is a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, they kinda just rolled with the punches in each plotline. Kids meet some antagonists, they summon Shazzan, he does some magical genie tricks like turning into some weapons or teleporting behind the enemy, or simply standing there, and the day is saved. His real struggles lie in the kids not being able to summon him, rather than Shazzan's own weaknesses, which makes him sort of overpowered in some cases once you get him out there. Oh man, I wonder what unexpected genie we have for number 1. I bet no one can guess that it's the genie from Disney's Aladdin. Easily one of Disney's most iconic characters brought to life by the great Robin Williams. The interesting thing about this genie is that his backstory is the basic genie setup, where he was trapped in a magic lamp hidden away for thousands of years, and then he's released by a person who gets 3 wishes before the genie is forced back into the lamp. That being said, he more than makes up for it with his personality and phenomenal cosmic powers. It's really hard to give any other details of his history since the movie is not centered around him. It sort of is, but it's not meant to be. If you look through the Aladdin cartoon series, you might be able to find something, but no one really wants to do all that. All I can tell you is in that he had a genie love interest who was a lady genie voiced by Jimmy Neutron.
In the case of the Aladdin genie, you know, when you're the first result on Google image search for a generic noun, that's it. You've won the pop culture battle.
Based on the movie, for powers it's more about what he could not do, since the only restrictions he mentioned were not being able to kill anyone or make people fall in love. He supposedly can bring the dead back to life, but it's not as glorious as you may think, so that's basically restricted too. That means he can make anything else happen in theory. We don't get to test this theory though with only 3 wishes and the fact that as a benevolent genie, Genie does not use destructive powers in recreation. He would rather spend that time putting on musical numbers and imitating celebrities that won't exist for hundreds of years, meaning the genie has some sort of super prediction abilities. Perhaps he can even travel through the space-time continuum to learn about references that no one in the Aladdin setting will get. I don't know the exact time period of the movie, but it's definitely not the 1990s. There are countless more details I can give on the genie and his history, but we'll just leave it at you never had a friend like him. The genie from Aladdin, number 1 on this list. And that's it.
Thank God, I'm out of here.
Hey, can I give you this lamp before you go?
No, put it down.
So what did you think? Are there any genies that deserve more recognition that we left off this list, or just any other comments?
Wait. Did I mention that you can increase his attack power and then use him as a target for deck devastation virus?
We're done with that segment. Let us know. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
I'll be back if I don't get trapped in the lamp.
Oh, and while I have this end card up, here are some outtake blooper things. Enjoy!
Wow, Kaiba's such a jerk.
You're calling Kaiba a jerk, yet you're a big fan of Bakura?
Hey, Bakura is possessed by an evil spirit, and Kaiba's just a jerk.
Wait, hold on. If you're the genie in this episode, and not the anime girl character, shouldn't you not know what Yu-Gi-Oh is or who these characters are?
I am a genie, that's right. That's right.
If you wanna rub me the right way, you gotta rub me the right way. I'm a genie in the no, wait.
If you wanna be with me.
If you wanna be with me, then there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle, you gotta rub me the right way.
I don't know the rest of the song.